Deep in a London physics lab, scientists have spotted something strange. Using lasers and crystals, they can make tiny objects vanish. It's all down to the science of seeing.
The reason you can see me is that the light's coming off that light and it's bouncing off the electrons in my skin, and they're sending the light back into your eyes. And what we found, or at least our scientific community has found, is that there are ways of stopping these electrons vibrating and sending the light back into your eyes. And when you do that, you stop being able to see me.
It can only be done with nanostructures and for less than a millionth of a second. But it's opened a whole new field of research on how to make things vanish. It's one of several ways Professor Phillips and his team are bending the laws of light. This is a demonstration of adaptive camouflage, where a camera films the image behind an object and projects it in front of it.
Neve, if you want to come in, walk in behind me, you can see the effect.
I'll just sit down here. So this is the nearest thing we've come, so far at least, to Harry Potter's cloak?
Yes, it's the most practical thing. It's got its limitations. It can only really work from one point of view, from the person who's looking at you from one direction. But it is actually quite easy to do.
As we move closer towards perfecting the science of invisibility, it raises a whole series of key ethical questions. This is exactly the kind of technology that militaries around the world would want to get their hands on. That's if they haven't already.
Several world governments, including the United States, are investing heavily in so-called cloaking devices. One defence company, Sweden's BAE Systems, is using active camouflage technology to fool heat-seeking cameras. Special plates mimic background temperatures, allowing armoured vehicles to become forests or even impersonate civilian cars. But one top military lawyer warns that such refinements in invisibility technology could breach the Geneva Convention on Warfare.
If you were to have the sort of technology which would cause, for example, a tank to start to take on the appearance of a civilian vehicle, then you are potentially getting into territory which is called perfidy and which constitutes a war crime.
Camouflage is nothing new, but advances in nanotechnology and so-called metamaterials could revolutionize warfare. The power of invisibility brings great responsibility. Neve Barker, Al Jazeera, London.